Hello everyone, and welcome to round 12, the penultimate round of the season, and we are in Monza. I'm Maltese, so this is as close to a home track as we're gonna get, Italy being a very close country. And yeah, I'll be getting to reserves and all that in just a minute. And Q1 is underway. So, as you can see, we're quite a filled lobby for once. Well, not for once, but it's been a while. And for that, I would like to thank, and heavily thank, Mr. BT 2004. Invited, as you can see, quite a large number of people, and I'm going to be going through that right now. So, in fact, the only driver who hasn't joined was Marcoris. He hasn't really answered for around 3 weeks in a row, I think. So, I doubt he'll be getting a seat next season, but that's a story for another day. We got Cam Dude 666777 as a reserve for Forza in the Ferrari. In the Red Bull, we got Dan 239723 as a reserve for Busman Pickle. And Corrupt Poli, just as a reserve for the empty seat we had in Red Bull. Then we have Pure Jackson 06 and Norwich Fan 7 as to the two reserves in Renault. We have Berger, well, Trez Berger by the way, or BTW, in the reserve for Andre in the Alfa Romeo. We have, where is he? It's Pyro as reserve for Max. And finally, we have F1 Parallax as reserve for James Robertson, who's, I wish him luck for his exam, and he'll be with us hopefully for next week for the final race of the season. So yeah, that's all the reserves. It's a lot of reserves. 7, I think it's 8 reserves, so yeah, a lot. And again, I really thank Mr. BT 2004 for that, but it is now time to get to the qualifying session. A couple of drivers have already made their way out onto the track, starting off with It's Pyro, first driver out, followed by the Ferrari of Cam Dude, both of them making their leave from the pit stop, well, or should I say pit garage. And yeah, been a hectic Sunday, but nice for us to get back racing. Last time round, JT Gelato won the Season 2 TRL Championship, and McLaren are still first in the Constructors' Championship. I have a chance of winning it here today. I'm not sure about the conditions yet, because unfortunately I didn't really have time to do the standings. So yeah, I'll be having to go through that after the race and see what's what. Now, like, around half the drivers have now made their way. Some people going around. It's Pyro, as I said, first driver out. Italy, a fast track, a very fast track. Basically, it's almost all straights and chicanes. Not thing is, with chicanes, they're very easy to go wrong. It's hard to get traction right, put the power down. Track limits, a bit of a worry, but not too much. It's here at the Ascari chicane where things can really get bumpy if you don't do it well. You can easily invalidate coming through that left-hander, and then even invalidate over there. I see Pyro, we just saw Pyro 2, and also very easy to lose traction coming out of the Ascari chicane. So Pyro won't be the first to set a lap. I wonder if Cam Dude's going to be the first one to do so. I see the 2 racing points ahead of him, but I don't think any of them are actually on a hot lap. I see Tan's on out. Yeah, both of them are on out lap. So Cam Dude's going to be the first to set the lap unless he invalidates coming through Parabolica. Which again, possible, but quite hard to do. You really need to bloody send if you want to invalidate through Parabolica, and he comes through actually keeping it quite tight, not even using the full width of the track. Maybe he thinks he doesn't need to, maybe it's a slower way around. They're going to cross the line. 131.6 is the time to beat here in Q1. Top 15 go to Q2 as Pure Jackson now with a 119.2, so Cam Dude definitely going slow, so 19.2 probably a more better time to beat. Now it's obviously interesting to see how all these drivers will do in comparison to the likes of JT Gelato and Het Bumpier, Merv Martin as well. Merv Martin and Het Bumpier battling it out for second right now as CRG Velo 118.5, Het Bumpier 119.2, Corrupt Poli 119.8. Quite varied times, Bumpier and Jackson keeping up around the same times. But then CRG Velo coming through with a 118.5, absolutely smoking the rest of the field. 710 said no joke. I don't know why that Pure Jackson is just stuck there as fastest lap, and I feel like with the way this game works, it's probably going to be stuck down there, which is not fun. I think it's power things, but set lap, and oh no, he's going to start his lap just now. As I see a racing point entering the pits, and there's that's of Tan 12, and Mr. B 2004 invalidated, but he's going for another go around. As Cam Dude now sets a 119.5, so currently Corrupt with the slowest lap time. The 119.8, still not far off the pace, especially with all the slipstream and you know, high speed that this track is. I wouldn't be worrying too much about it, although, you know, one will qualify high. Serwolf 119.1, a 10th ahead of Pure Jackson and Het Bumpier. I wonder if Het Bumpier just struggles around here, or if he's got more pace in him, as the 2 Williams using slipstream off each other, I think. And Het Bumpier giving a very nice tow to F1 Parallax, who is on an out lap, sorry, on a hot lap. So from my understanding, these drivers are meant to be around the pace of Mr. BT 2004. I think we're going to have a very competitive... Oh, I see invalidates. I think this is the second time Mr. BT's invalidated. So it's Pyro now, 119.2 as well. This 119.2 seems to be the marker. 119.4 for Norwich Fan, a 10th out of Cam Dude. I'm curious to see how well F1 Parallax does, especially since he got that tow down the main straight. I'm sure the 12 Ataris will eventually work together. Son Evan KCDB. As F1 Parallax now coming through Parabolica using more width of the track than we saw from some other drivers, but still not to the full extent, and he crosses the line with a 119.1, just a few 1,000ths of a second behind Serwolf. And I don't think I can get rid of that fastest lap at the bottom. Pretty annoying, but oh well. I wonder. I think it just constantly shows fastest lap. Oh no, I think I managed to make it go. How nice. Alright, in the meantime, Merv Martin 119.9 on softs. Not the fastest of lap times. Could we see Merv Martin near the bottom of the grid? Not a normal sight for us to see. The Exasinio 120.7 on mediums. Wonder if we're seeing how quick he is on mediums compared to the rest of the field who are out there on softs. 9.5 minutes left of qualifying. So more than enough time to come in and back out to do a proper lap on softs. But obviously don't want to leave it too late. Don't want to risk invalidating. Half Shot Ferry 118.9, JT Gelato 118.3. Damn. So that's 2/10 out of CRG Velo, who's then like 4/10. Sorry, so JT is around 2/10 out of CRG Velo, who's around 4/10 ahead of Half Shot Ferry. And then we see 19.1 from Serbwolf, F1 Parallax, the 19.2s from Pyro, Jackson and Het Bumpier. 19.4 from Norwich Fan, two 19.5s from Camdude and Sunev. Gonna be curious to see how KCDB and Sunev, if they do link up and try give themselves a bit of an extra boost, a bit of extra toe. Tan, Trez, whoa, we got Dan, sorry, Trez, Tan and Mr. VT all still needing to do laps as well. The XSN only did a lap on mediums, need to get on with it slowly, make his way out on the softs. Mr. BT now as well on that lap. Love and validations for Mr. BT. Is quite a hard track to link it up all perfectly together and, you know, get that perfect lap time, to be fair to him. Tan invalidated his lap as well, gonna have to go for another go around. Drez though, gonna be setting a lap just now. 119.6 ahead of Corrupt, Poli. Merv Martin really needing, oh, as I say that, he's a 10 faster, but still a 10 faster is not gonna cut him too much slack. He's gonna need to go quite a bit faster. Dan in the Red Bull, 118.7 up into third, a strong lap time from him. As you see it, start seeing a difference of around 2/10 per driver. And Merv Martin now 119.5 in 12th. Could be safe for now, but not the fastest of lap times either from Merv Martin, considering he's normally around the top 5. Same goes for Het Bumpier, struggling a bit around Monza, I see, especially Merv Martin. KCDB 120.0, currently 16th, 2/10 behind Carpoli. And Tan and Mr. BT, the two racing points, can they manage to keep it valid? No, they can't. Tan to have 12 invalidated once again. Mr. BT though, finding success on this lap, managing to keep it valid. And we're just gonna have to wait and see how fast this lap's gonna be though. Only in 15th, 119.6, the fastest lap. He's on the brink of elimination. Carpoli, KCDB, all in the elimination zone. The Exosinio and still yet to do a lap on softs. Tanto of 12 still yet to do a lap, period, as he's going around for another go. Sunev's retired from the session, and I think he crashed out from a coming out of Ascari. I'm surprised. Well, sorry, I'm not surprised. But yeah, as in, easy to lose traction coming out of Ascari, especially if you push it a lot. And in fact, there is Sunev as KCDB says hello to his teammate and fellow friend in real life as Sunev despawns. And he is in 15th, so Sunev would most likely be getting, well, not most likely be getting eliminated, but he definitely will be going through to Q2 even if he is in 15th. So 119.591 time to beat for these four drivers. And Santo of 12. He's kept it valid through Ascari. All he needs to do now is keep it valid through Parabolica, and he could finally set a lap time. Been struggling to do so. Both racing points have been struggling to set a lap time. And we could finally see one from him now. .119.7, basically a 119.8, not enough to get him into the top 15. Him, Poli, KCDB, all a bit off the pace. The Exosinio out on softs. Gonna be interesting to see how fast he can go. Coming through sector 2, the Exosinio. Kept it valid so far, not seemingly having a lot of issues with track limits. I see Cam Dude's also put in a 118.7, also a very strong lap from him. Right behind Dan, a few milliseconds between the pair. Currently strongest constructor seems to be Mercedes in 5th and 6th. And now Dixacinio on softs. Where can he go? 3.5 minutes left in the session. Only in 17th, 119.7. So still in the elimination zone. Trez, Dixacinio, Tan, and the KCDB. Sonev on the brink of elimination, but he is retired anyway, so he'll be not going through to Q2, not any whatever happens. And Merv Martin also very much on the brink of elimination. Only 1/1000th of a second, 1 millisecond ahead of Sonev. Basically nothing. Dixacinio invalidated this time round. Don't think he was going for a proper hot lap though. Merv Martin is coming around through sector 1 after coming through the first chicane. Again, very hard to get traction and power down through these coming out of these chicanes. Norwich fan currently in 13th, 119.4. I think Mr. BT's improved to 119.2 in 11th. (119.2), 119.1, quite a lot of drivers in this section. Poli's, I think he improved to a 19.3. I think it was a 19.8, now a 19.3. So good improvement from him. Merv Martin coming through. We're about to get sector 2 time. Let's see how much he's improved by or not. Ooh, plus 3 seconds. Maybe taking a charging lap then. And doesn't validate, so doesn't really matter. Anyways, Dixacinio's in the pits. He won't be managing to... Actually, he might be able to go out again. Depends. Dixacinio, is he gonna... I think he's staying in the pits. And Dixacinio has stayed in the pits, which means he's going to be getting eliminated for sure here on Q1. Tresberger is currently on a lap, is about to start his lap, sorry. And he's going to need to improve by a couple of tenths. If he wants to get through to Q2. Now that's definitely an invalidation, so I think he's trying to rush through the lap because he wasn't liking the lap he was on and trying to get through to do another one. I'm guessing Dixacinio's on an out lap, but he's definitely not going to manage to set another lap. I don't think Trez is going to manage to set another one either. Tan 12-12 currently coming through sector 2 and KCDB as well. Merv Martin unable to improve and is invalidated, so he is very much on the risk of being eliminated. But he might have enough time to go for another lap. 4-3. No, he didn't even bother considering it, though he was too far back. He entered the pits. And we'll just have to wait and see. So, Trez has invalidated his lap. He'll be getting eliminated from Q1. Dixacinio will also be getting eliminated from Q1. Tan 12-12, KCDB, the only two drivers that still have a chance of going through. They're going to need to improve by quite a significant amount of tenths, which is not easy to do. Can they do it? Tan 12-12 going to be the first from the two of them to cross the line. 119.2, a good improvement from him up into 10. That's going to eliminate Sonev, but he's going to get eliminated anyway. KCDB, can he do anything to improve? No, he can't. Almost a second slower, and definitely not going to have the time to go for another go around. So Sonev, Tresberger, BTW, Dixacinio, KCDB all getting eliminated. Merv Martin on the brink of elimination. in 15th. Not what you normally see from the lad, as now drivers start to retire, getting ready for Q2. That's going to round up our Q1, which allows me a couple of minutes to eat some dinner. As I say that though, comment from KCDB, Solev is in the mud. Well, he did crash on the grass to be fair, so basically if it was raining, literally in the mud. But yeah, down in 16th, AlphaTauri in 19th. Not great qualifying session from the two, but they could work together in the race, and who knows, maybe put up a couple of places. Italy, quite easy to bring out the safety car. I've seen it happen quite a few times. A few incidents coming out of Ascari, especially on some worn set tires. So would not be surprised if they can pick up some cheeky places like that. KCDB is also in the mud, starting from 19th. Lost the first challenge for KCDB. And Q2 is underway. Top 10 go through to Q3. But if you do go through to Q3, you must start on the same set of tires that you qualified on. So I wonder how many drivers we'll see trying to weasel their way into the top 10 on a set of mediums. Some drivers definitely have the pace for it. Question is, are they going to take it? A lot of drivers already making their way out onto the track. Starting off by Tan 239723. First man out on the track. Followed by Merv Martin and Cam Dude. We got the Racing Point of Mr. BT 2004 behind them. And then the Haas of It's Pyro following, and other drivers making their way out as well. Pure Jackson's retired from the session. And I think he's done that in the pits. I don't know why he's done that. He's also left the session, so I'm guessing. Also, for the reason for Dick Cecchino doing so bad was he was on a balanced setup, so definitely. Definitely one of the reasons why he did not go well. Tan 12 also no practice in for today's race, so definitely not going to help him in his endeavors on doing well. Although the match played a decent lap. Tan invalidated, probably invalidated his next lap, which ruined him. So he just came straight back into the pits. So Merv Martin going to be the first driver to set a lap through. Well, not through here in Q2. With Martin coming nicely through Ascari, we just have to wonder, is it going to be good enough to get him through Q2 and into Q3? It's about to cross the line, coming through Parabolica, and we'll just have to wait and see the lap time to see if it's going to be any good. 1:19.3, improvement on his lap time in Q1 if I'm not mistaken, but is it going to be good enough to get him through to Q3? It's going to be close, that's for sure. Mr. BT, 1:19.0, 3/10 out of Martin. It's Pyro, Cam Dude, both on mediums. It's Pyro with a 1:19.9, Cam Dude with a 1:20.9, but you saw this from him in Q1 as well. Kind of does a slow lap and then he really goes for it. Although I think that was a lap time when he really went for it. But he's a second slower of It's Pyro's time. I feel like he's going for it. Once more, head bump here, 1:19.9 as well on mediums, time 12.12, 1:19.4 on softs. Some varied lap times. Who's going to come out on top? Probably these 3 lap times though, probably going to be a bit too slow, and they'll probably need to do lap times on softs. I'm curious to see if someone like JT on mediums, how fast they could go. Sergi Velo, 1:24.9, definitely a mistake or something along the way. And in fact, I think he's going for another take as he comes through the first chicane, first corner of Monza. You've been watching Sergi Velo throughout this lap. He's kept it valid, he's kept it clean. How fast he's going to be able to go on these mediums. (1:19.4). A very strong lap, one of the best we've seen out of the medium takers so far. Only person to go better is Het Bumpier, who managed to improve to a 1:19.3 on mediums. Only driver to go on mediums and be ahead of a soft runner. He's ahead of Tan 12.12, who's on a 1:19.4. Serbolf is in second with a 1:19.1. Mr. BT 2004 currently in first with a 1:19.0. Couple drivers still in the pits. Half Shot Ferry, Dan both on laps, JT Gelato on and out lap. According to the game, Half Shot Ferry fastest sector 2. Let's see if that's going to translate into maybe a cheeky little first place and on into the 1:18s yet here in this qualifying session. And he does indeed. 1:18 from Half Shot Ferry. And Dan then says, you know what, no, I'm going to one-up you. 1:18.6 from Dan. Obviously both of them on softs. Norwich fan decided to go on mediums, try it at least. 1:21.0 from him. Definitely too slow. And all the medium takers will be needing to go out again and go out on softs. The only one who might be safe is Het Bumpier, but it's still risky as he does find himself in 6th with a 1:19.3. F1 Parallax, Cropped Poli, JT Gelato all yet to do laps. JT Gelato on a hot lap. Cropped Poli starting his lap now, and F1 Parallax still in the pits. And Pure Jackson retired in the pits. Don't know what went wrong over there. He did also leave the session. So while I was away for a minute, well, definitely not a minute, but around 30 seconds or so, JT Gelato was on a lap, and I think he invalidated it. I don't know if it was through Parabolica, but it was definitely towards the end of the lap, and had to re-enter the pits with 6 minutes left to go. And he will not be too pleased about that, probably having now to use another set of tires. And I will have to avoid, and yeah, not gonna be the happiest about that, but he's gonna have to do it. Merv Martin, 1:19.30 so far, has put him in 5th. He is out for another go. F1 oh, I see Poli's retired as well. I think it happened in the pits, definitely while I was away. And that means that 2 drivers are getting eliminated in the form of Poli and Pure Jackson. JT Gelato, F1 Parallax, Norwich Fan, all currently in the elimination zone. Head Bumpy probably going to be safe at that 7th place. Starting on medium, CRG Velo, Cam Dude, very much at risk of getting eliminated. Tan 12-12 as well, a bit of a risk in 8th from 1:19.4 on softs. And after doing some checking, JT Gelato actually invalidated his lap coming through Iskari chicane, which is a bit more of a reasonable place to invalidate a lap. F1 Parallax into the pits, not happy with his lap. And Norwich Fan now coming out of the pits to his lap on softs. Cam Dude still waiting to see if he's going to go out on softs, definitely should. CRG Velo out on softs as well. And Tan 12-12 also out on a nice soft compound tires. And Tan 12-12 invalidated, having to make his way also back into the pits. People struggling here in Q2, a lot of invalidations as well. CRG Velo, Cam Dude, Norwich Fan, all needing to do laps ASAP. F1 Parallax and JT Gelato as well. I mean, JT Gelato probably not too worried about how this race goes. He's already sealed the championship, but I'm sure he'll be like to get another pole position on his name. Merv Martin's improved to a 1:18.8, so yeah, definitely the pace you saw from him in Q1 was not the real pace from him. And he is in fact now in 3rd with a 1:18.8, a very strong lap time from him. Head Bumpier is on an out lap, but if I were him, I would not really bother with setting a lap. Probably going to be able to start on those medium tires, because the only people that can eliminate him are Norwich, F1 Parallax, JT Gelato. That's 3 people, and it'd still be 10th. But then I guess he also has the threat of Cam Dude, CRG Velo, and Tan behind him. It's a bit of a yeah, I guess for safety's sake he did have to go out on softs, and just in case. And unfortunately, Pure G Jackson will not be rejoining us for the race today. Had another league, was unable to, you know, do ours and hit the league he's in. In the meantime, CRG Velo bossed his way to a 1:18.4. I think that was only a 10th off of JT Gelato's pace in Q1 with a 1:18.3. Now a few other drivers as well making their way into the 118s. Mr. BT knocking on the door, and it's Pyro as well knocking on the door of the 118 marker. JT Gelato, F1 Parallax. F1 Parallax definitely, I think, going a bit. I don't know if I was seeing him going a bit slow. I don't know. For sure, 1 minute 15 seconds left in the session though. People are really going to make a move on it. JT Gelato's lap's invalidated once again. And does he have enough fuel for another go around? He's going to have to try it anyway because he's got no time to go into the pits and come back out. So around he goes. Thing is, JT's a fast driver, so if he's lucky, he might be able to, if he doesn't have the fuel for it, he might be able to just stick it in rich instead of max and that be able to maybe go around it all. Just have to wait and see come the end of the lap. Now JT Gelato making his way to the Ascari chicane, which I'm pretty sure is where he's been getting all of his invalidations. Let's see him coming through. Not really risking too much, went through them very cleanly. And JT Gelato only's got Parabolica between himself and Q3. Well, that and setting a lap faster than a 119.1. Can he pull it off? I think he can. It seems to be a very strong lap. Well, not the strongest actually. And JT Gelato is going to get eliminated from in Q2. Not going to go through to Q3. 119.3 for JT Gelato. With Tan 1212 with a 119.4. And Norwich fan. Oh, actually, might be able to. Might still has a chance of going through. Can he knock Serbuff out of contention, out of Q3? Coming through a Ascari chicane, he's kept it clean, he's kept it, oh, not so clean, lost the rear end of it. That's going to cost him quite a few hundred tenths, which may be the make or break between himself and Q3. And I am curious if JT Gelato maybe let go of the gas near the end. I don't know, I thought that lap was going to be a much faster lap than it seemed to be. And Norwich fan with a 119.7, those few hundred tenths really did cost him. I don't think it would have been enough. If the mistake didn't happen, I don't think it would have been enough to see him through though. So he'll be starting in 13th nonetheless with a 119.7. That's Q2 over. Tan 1212, Norwich fan, Corrupt Poli, Pure G Jackson, and JT Gelato all getting eliminated. JT Gelato though with the smart play pole position, but that's if you're a slower driver. Obviously JT Gelato, one of the fastest, if not the fastest man we have on the grid, but down in 11th he is. Pure G Jackson though will not be rejoining us, so that's going to be a free extra position for the drivers behind. Serbuff in 10th with a 19.1, it's Pyro in 9th, Camp Dude, Mr. BT, F1 Parallax drivers to follow, then Merv Martin, Half Shot Ferry, Head Bumpier Dan and Sergi Velo all ahead. Top 10 go into Q3. And they'll all be starting on soft once the race comes about. Yeah, and remember, JT Gelato also had the fuel issues, if I'm remembering correctly, possibly. Fuel issues, since he had already gone through once around, but P11, strategic pole. So I don't think he's going to be too concerned about that. Definitely will be gunning for driver of the day, 11 to 1. If he can pull that off, it will be absolutely brilliant, absolutely insane. Definitely going to be hard, though. He's got fast drivers ahead of him. And we are here for Q3. And one driver, two drivers already starting to make their way out onto the field. F1 Parallax, first driver out, followed closely by a Haas of It's Pyro, and then, well, actually, Dan is behind them, and then followed by the Haas of It's Pyro, and everybody out onto the track except for one Mercedes, which is Serbuff, and I think also one Alfa Romeo or Ferrari. Nope, never mind. Even the Alfa Romeo of Merv Martin has also made his way out onto the track. So Serbuff, the only driver into the pits. Everybody else on an out lap. F1 Parallax now starting his lap. Ooh, lost the rear end a bit coming through that chicane. And as I've mentioned already like 500,000 times, it's very hard to get the traction down. Ooh, invalidates his lap. F1 Parallax, you don't get a lot of goes around the lap, around the track in Q3. And F1 Parallax has invalidated one of his only tries here in Q3. Dan 239723 going to be next driver. Well, the first driver now to set the lap. Dan's kept it valid, and in fact 118.5 from Dan. He's been consistently setting good laps, but I don't know if 118.5 is going to be good enough to get in pole position. Mr. BT 2004 119.2. We've seen him do faster. He's going to be looking to do faster than that for sure. So now, 6 drivers have set a lap time. Mr. BT was one of them, Dan as well. I called him Cam Duck by mistake, sorry about that. Cam Dude in 6th, 119.2. Probably has a bit more pace than him, we'll just have to wait and see if he can pull it off. Merv Martin, definitely more pace than him, we've seen him in the 118s, 119.2 for him, finds himself in 4th. Het bump here, 118.9, that puts him in 3rd. Half Shot Ferry finds himself back into the 118.7s yet again. He is in 2nd place. There's 2/10 variation we've been seeing in the 118s, 118.5, 118.7, 118.9, then everyone else in the 119.2 section. So very, very close. Parallax, It's Pyro, both in the pits. Serbuff, CRG Velo, both invalidated lap times. How interesting. Sobov though will be going for another go around. I don't know if CRG Velo will as well. And he enters the pit, so Sobov will be the only one of the two going for another go around. Head Bumpier has gone into second, has improved ahead of and gone ahead of Half Shot Ferry with a 118.7, improved by 2/10. Puts him only 2/10 behind Dan now. Sobov's invalidated his lap again, so he's going to be needing to re-enter the pits to fuel up most likely, unless he's got fuel for another lap. He doesn't seem to have any fuel warnings, or at least I don't have any indication of that. But he is entering the pits. Now it's Pyro, hasn't set a lap yet, on and out lap. I think he's one of the only two drivers out there. And he's going to be looking to set a lap in a mere moment. Invalidations have been really catching drivers out, more than I thought they would be. So you could see that play as a very big factor once the race is underway. And now it's Pyro's going to be starting his lap. It's Pyro from Parallax Sobov, CRG Velo. All will need to be very careful they don't invalidate, because unless they got extra fuel, well, everyone needs to be really careful, because unless you got extra fuel, you don't have time to go. Well, I guess you just barely will have enough time to go in the pits and back out, but we'll be cutting it very, very tight. And it's Pyro, kept it clean, he's kept it valid, and into fourth he goes. 118.9, continuing the pattern, kind of. Dan 239723 still on provision, and never mind, CRG Velo on provisional pole, 118.2, and I think that's the fastest lap time we've seen round here in Monza in all three of the qualifying sessions, so hats off to CRG Velo. 118.2. That's 3/10 out of Dan. Sorry. Murph Martin, I remember. I'm pretty sure I'd gotten into the 118s in Q2. Currently not on that pace. It's an invalid lap as well. But he's saving Yara, so maybe he will have the fuel for it. F1 Parallax on an out lap, and Subwolf currently on a hot lap. He gets invalidated. He's probably going to be done for, though. Again, depends on the fuel. Fuel plays a very big factor. And he's kept it valid coming through Ascari. And also he's got a teammate in Half Shot Furious, a bit of extra slipstream. So this could very well aid Serwolf. And where is he gonna go? Where's he gonna place? 119.1 puts him in 6th. Out of Merv Martin, Mr. BT, Cam Dude, and F1 Parallax, who's yet to do a lap. But he's on a lap now. And this is where things really get screwy. If anyone invalidates now, then they're screwed, because you've got no time to do another lap, or at least you don't, most likely. Mr. BT 2004 is retired from the session, and well, I doubt he spun going into Ascari. I'm not really sure what happened there. Unfortunately, we don't have any cameras to see that, but he's crashed out in 8th. And F1 Parallax, having only set a 124.3, I'm sure he'll be looking to set faster this time around, because he just barely managed to clinch another lap. Cam Dude currently on a lap. Serwolf with that 119.1. He's not going to be going any faster. That's going to be the last lap time he'll be setting. It's Pyro 118.9. He's on a lap still. Could go faster than that. Merv Martin as well. Half Shot Ferry, Het Bumpier, Dan, CRG Velo all can be going on laps. So we'll be starting off with Het Bumpier, because he is going to be the first one to cross the line. Can he go into provisional pole? No, he can't, but he can get very close. 118.4 for Het Bumpier, up into 2nd. Dan's going to be next to cross the line. Parallax recharged on the session, crashing out after coming out of Ascari. And Dan unable, or I think he improved into a 118.3. I think he was already, yeah, he improved to a 118.3. But still not enough to get provisional pole, as well, I think Cam Duck or Merv Martin crossed the line. I think it might have been Merv Martin. No, it was Cam Dude crossed the line. 119.2 stays in 9th. Serwolf in the pits. Half Shot Ferry coming around. He's not going to be saying another lap. Into the pits he goes as well. Merv Martin's invalidated his lap. So that is going to be the end of Q3. CRG Velo's claimed pole position. A 10th behind him is Dan in 2nd, and a 10th behind him is Het Bumpier in 3rd, and a few 10ths behind him it's Pyros in 4th, and right behind him is Half Shot Ferry in 5th, also both with 118.7s. Merv Martin in 6th, 118.9. Serwolf 119.1 in 7th, and a 10th behind him Mr. BT 2004 and Cam Dude, both in 8th and 9th, both 119.2s. And then F1 Parallax with the 124.3, unable to go faster than that. And that's going to round up and be the end of qualifying before we get into the race. Apparently Serwolf got a 5-place grid penalty, which I did not clock. Yep, here it is for collision with Mr. BT 2004, which apparently ruined him because he was around 3/10 up, and that could have definitely aided his ventures. Could have put him nicely into around 6th place. Oh, and I see clouds. Is the race going to be in the rain, I wonder? Or at least maybe become raining slightly later on in the session. Oh no, I've just clocked something. Oh no 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 no. Can I read? So, a bit of an issue. Pure G Jackson is as an AI. So yeah, basically we have an issue where our AIs tend to skip the start, and yeah, that's not going to be too great. It's going to probably cause some confusion, I'm sure. And I don't know why CRG, Velo and Dan pushed so hard on the formation lap, because they're going to have freezing tires by the time the rest of the field lines up and rejoins. Well, not rejoins, and lines up to the field. KCTB doing a very long hold up on the rest of the field. We have 5 red lights. The eye is gonna leave because of the glitch, and it's lights out, and away we go. I think Corrupt was able to get a hold of his car, so that's only one AI that's out misplaced. It's a good start. Single out 2 wides coming in, all out contact. I see one person going out really wide, and they're keeping it all nice and tight, nice and clean. 2 wides, people going 2, 3 wide, almost down in the back over there. Head bump pace down 3 places, not a good start from him. And Dan is up down 2 as well. It's Pyro up 1. And head bump pace, ooh, 3 wide. Head bump pace, Mr. BT, Cam Dude, all side by side for a minute there, as Mr. BT and Cam Dude are now side by side. They're battling it out. Cam Dude trying to get ahead of Mr. BT. Can't do it though. Mr. BT stays ahead, as now the AI starts coming up and everyone starts making their way through the AI slowly. Corrupt apparently can't take control. Murph Martin only gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Corrupt is down 4 places. Apparently can't take. Oh, that's KCDB into the wall coming out of Ascario on the first lap. And he is retired from the session. And Corrupt probably leaving this session as well. Unfortunately, unable to take control of his car. CRG first lap of the race, obviously. Lap 1. Haas 1 and 2. Strong showing from them. Dan managing, well, losing a place, and Offshore Ferry gaining a place. Head Bumpier still down 2. As people making their way through the AI, but the Exosinio Norwich fan now fighting it out, and side by side, here comes the Exosinio on the inside, going to force Norwich fan a long way around, and in fact he's going to have to slot it nicely behind him, and now the Exosinio with a lunge down the inside of F1 Parallax. I think he forced him a bit wide, and F1 Parallax now rejoins the track, still 6 side by side, but the Exosinio goes ahead of F1 Parallax. I don't think he's going to be too happy about that one, not really sure if they made contact actually, but is when he coming right back at him. JT Gelato up 2 places back, already up into 8th place. And Sanev and Tan now, they battled it out, and I think Sanev got ahead of Tan to have 12, I think. We have a large gap between them though for any overtaking to be happening. CRG, no, it's Pyro, fastest lap of the race. It's Pyro almost putting a slightly over a second between himself and Dan. DRS is enabled on lap 3, and he'll be hoping that he gets out of the DRS range for Dan. Obviously DRS is a powerful tool, and if his opponents don't have it, he's going to definitely be delighted about that. Cam Dude really close to Mr. BT. Oh, actually, and the Exosinio and Serbo fighting it out, and down the inside goes the Exosinio, and he goes ahead of Serbo. The Exosinio's been an overtaking machine. And take a look at position change. The Exosinio is up 8 places. A man on a mission. The Exosinio thriving on softs, and I think the rest of some of his, a lot of people that he overtaked were on softs as well. The Exosinio just blasting by, and CRG Velo's retired from the session, and I don't know where he is. I'm trying to see if we can find him on the track. Oh, actually, I missed him already, and he's despawned. I think he crashed out coming into Ascari. And CRG Velo, who was in the chance of winning this race, we have VSC, but yeah, CRG Velo had a chance of winning this race. I mean, he was in first, crashed out coming through Ascari, and that's what I mean. You easily see incidents here in Italy. Ascari chicane, it's killer. And that means a strong showing from Haas has turned into a mediocre showing, as he is now out of the race, leaving only one Haas left. But he is still, but the other Haas is now in first, Dan within DRS range. Offshore Ferry not too far behind, Head Bumpier as well up at the 4th. VSC's gone, DRS is on. Oh, driver still within DRS range. And I've seen another spin out of the back, and that's Trez Berger. BTW's retired from the session. I don't see any safety cars. I saw him, I think he put in, I don't know if he put in enough power, like too much power, and spun out. It's pretty late coming out of the corner to spin over there. But it's only yellow flags in Sector 2, no safety car needed. And we've already had 3 DNFs in 4 laps. People going out like flies over here. Ascari chicanes claim 2 people, and then the exit of another corner claiming Trez Berger. Offshore Ferry, Mr. BT in battle. Well, sorry, I think it was more Mr. BT and Cam Dude that were in battle. And JT Gelato's moved up to 7th. The Exosinio in 9th. Dexistini up 9, JT Gelato up 3, it's Pyro's up 3 as well. Sonev's up 3, down in 13th. Oh, and actually Norwich fans now spun and gone. He's still managed to keep it alive. He's got no front wing though. That's going to be another position for Sonev. Oh, actually no. Norwich actually even has his front wing intact, so at least he's not going to need to pit for another front wing. But that spin has cost him a lot of time, and he is now 4 seconds away from the majority of the pack. JT Gelato 3-second time penalty. Mr. BT 1004 as well. Serbov down. Remember, he got 5 place grid penalty for the collision with Mr. BT 2004, who's up in 5th within DRS distance of Half Shot Ferry. And Bumpy just out of that DRS range, but he does get fastest lap of the race so far. And now Sonev and F1 Parallax. We might see an overtake from Sonev. He's going to take it down the inside. F1 Parallax blocking him nice, not leaving him any room to consider an overtake. Sonev, 6 lap old mediums, well, and F1 Parallax, 6 lap old softs. Camdude, Mr. BT side by side, and Camdude ahead of Mr. BT, Half Shot Ferry. Ooh, actually, at Bumpy of the session, I'm going to quickly invite him back. And that has not done Bumpy any favours. I don't know if he's even rejoined yet. He hasn't rejoined yet, and he is losing loads of time from leaving the session. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe he lost some internet connection. Bumpy was up in 3rd. Had a good chance of winning the race as well. Now down in 9th and losing more and more time. Dan now getting even closer to Pyro. Half Shot Ferry still around 2 seconds behind them. We're seeing some yellow flags. That's Sonev. I think he has indeed spun around, kept his front wing intact, but he spun around, going through Parabolica. A bit of a weird place to spin, but he's managed to spin around, and he is now down in 14th. All the places he gained are now lost. As said, Bumpy keeps losing more and more places. Serbov, 30-second time penalty for him. Bumpy has rejoined, but he's not going to be happy with the sight of 11th, basically 12th place. Bumpy rejoining in 12th, and yeah, definitely not going to be happy with that. He's gone from a race winning position to a near impossible race winning position. However, the chances of safety car still high. All it takes is a brilliant strategy and some outstanding laps. Obviously, I say only, but if everything works in his favour, he might still be in chance. And Sonev's also retired from the session. He's spun out, coming out of the Ascari chicane, and we have another virtual safety car. This game is not giving safety cars on Monza, apparently. Just virtual ones. Mr. BT, F1 Parallax, Norwich fan, all coming into the pits, all putting on a set of hard compound tyres, none of them needing to change their front wing. And they have all entered the pits, and yeah, fair enough. They're gonna go on hards and take them to the end of the race. DRS is unable to get in the VSC. They save some time this way. I think though the strategy is probably soft to mediums, might be soft to hards. But if it is soft to mediums, then they might get the short end of the stick, if I'm being honest. I don't know when this happened, but Dan got ahead of its Pyro. My bad for not seeing that. Who gets a 30-second time penalty. But yeah, Dan's now on first, and Pyro's actually Out of DRS range. Half shot ferry now inside DRS range. A lot of people starting to pick up 3-second time penalties. And we could see an overtake from JT Gelato on Cam Dude. The McLaren looking to get past the Ferrari. DRS is on, he's on mediums. Cam Dude on soft. He's right on the state, he's in the slipstream as much as he can. Not being of much use, surprisingly. And he is not going to take a lunge on the inside, staying respectfully behind Cam Dude, knowing there's still laps left in this race. Oh, but the Exosinio and Murph Martin are fighting it out. Battle for 6th. Murph Martin being forced a long way around. That's going to give the Exosinio the edge and staying ahead of Murph Martin. Four drivers have already DNF'd from this race. Oh, and we have our first pit taker. Not from a VSG or anything. Cam Dude into the pits. Slotting on mediums, so that is going to be the strategy. I said Bumpier, fast lap of the race, soft to medium is going to be the strategy. So you got to wonder if Mr. BT and F1 Parallax made a bit of a bad choice going onto the hard compound tires so early on. Let's see what Mr. BT in comparison to Cam Dude. So not only has Cam Dude come out ahead of F1 Parallax, he's also going to be doing it on a fresh set of mediums. So the risk Mr. BT and F1 Parallax took of going on to hards just because there was a VSC, not going to really be paying off for them. And JT Gelato ahead of... Oh, its Pyro's actually spun. I was wondering, I was saying JT Gelato ahead of its Pyro. He's actually spun around, he's going to be entering the pits, and I think he might need a wing change, as we see now a number of soft drivers. Drivers on the set of softs going into the pits. I don't know what I'm saying. And I'm going to quickly see if its Pyro is going to need a front wing change because of the spin that he had. No need for a front wing change, which is good to see. At least this race won't be ruined, and it's currently a McLaren 1-2. Obviously, both of them still needing to pit, but it's still a 1-2 nonetheless. After Perry coming out ahead of Mr. BT 2004. Murph Martin right on the tail of F1 Parallax, more time penalties kicking in. I feel like it's... Oh yeah, it's probably that spin, that's why I'm thinking. Losing all of those places. Make Dixacinio into the pits, like also on mediums. So yeah, definitely the strategy, soft to mediums after you're going to be going much better or faster than that. Not a lot of, oh, as I was about to say, a lot of overtaking happening. Merv Martin, it's Pyro fighting. Well, not exactly fighting, but it's Pyro. Right on the tail of Merv Martin, going through a Scary. They've all kept it at least a bit clean. And now they are side by side, and it's Pyro trying to get out of Merv Martin. Can't do so though, and Serwolf now into the pits. Wonder when JT's gonna pit. He's still out there on them softs. Oh, actually, no. JT should also start on mediums. This now makes a lot more sense. Well, he has not pit yet. And that means he's going to be on soft near the end of the race. And all of this clean air definitely benefiting JT Gelato. Could still win this race. Epic comeback if he does. Head bumpy for a second, look try and get past Merv Martin. It was always a bit too far back though to do so and through Parabolica. By now he's going to have DRS and he might consider it down the main straight. We might see a 3 wide here. It's 3 wide. Well, Merv Martin trying to go down the inside of F1 Parallax. F1 Parallax not even the room for it, which fair enough, he can. Head bumpy ahead of F1 Parallax though, ahead of both F1 Parallax and Merv Martin. In one fell swoop, one very nice move. And now Merv Martin trying to get past F1 Parallax. A bit of a block from F1 Parallax. Might have been a bit of a late block. And now Merv Martin, from looking right, looks left, but unable to get past the man. Not really a lot of action happening in the front. Battle for ninth though. Head bumpy F1 Parallax, Merv Martin, all three of them battling it out. Merv Martin, Head bumpy battle for second no less. Merv Martin using DRS, trying to catch up to F1 Parallax, who's lost a bit of time to Head Bumpier and trying to stay within, that 1 second gap and try to get past. But he's falling a bit behind the Exasinio as well, on the tail of Mr. BT. And Merv Martin side by side with F1 Parallax going nicely around the outside. Well, yeah, around the outside. And Merv Martin with a spectacular move ahead of F1 Parallax. F1 Parallax now coming back straight at Merv Martin round the outside as well, and he's going to slot nicely out of Merv Martin. Well, not so nicely. He could have left him a bit more room, and Merv Martin, in fact, needing to brake unnecessarily because F1 Parallax driving a bit too dangerously. Merv Martin now will need to try get past F1 Parallax yet again. A good battle from the pair of them, though, as now Serbov is slotted up the pit behind them, and Serbov's thinking, you know, I want a bit of this, I want to get in on the fight, I want to get ahead of a lot of these little guys. And Serbov and Merv Martin now fighting it out. Serbov not leaving Merv Martin a lot of room with a bit of a dive bomb, and Merv Martin just barely scraping, staying ahead. But now Serbov's probably going to have some more traction coming out of the exit after not having any grass obviously in his way. And in fact, Serbov does go ahead of Merv Martin. Tan is in the pits. He's on the mediums, going onto the softs, damage his front wing, so he's going to be needing to change his front wing. JT Gelato, I think, he has pit onto the soft. He's come out on fourth, side by side with Offshot Ferry. And he's going to try to take around the outside of Half-Shot Ferry. I don't think he's going to have the speed for it. I don't think so. It's going to be tight, it's going to be close. And yeah, no, he's not going to have the speed for it. He might take a lunge down the inside. He's not going to stay behind him. And JT Gelato right on the tail of Half-Shot Ferry. Still in chance for the race win. JT Gelato, absolutely mad pace. Serbov and F1 Parallax and Merv Martin. Ooh, Serbov's gone wide into the gravel. Not sure what happened there. I was about to say it was side by side with Merv Martin. Maybe there was a bit of a contact maybe between the two. Not really sure. But now Merv Martin still chasing down on F1 Parallax, still trying to get past. And JT Gelato still trying to get past Half-Shot Ferry right on his tail. Merv Martin, who could have some good DRS in a moment and might get past F1 Parallax that. And in fact, round the outside, Merv Martin trying it again. Well, sorry, down the inside, Merv Martin trying it again, trying to get past F1 Parallax, and he gets past indeed. No need for any extra jostling, and Merv Martin now ahead. But can F1 Parallax try to take it around the outside again? Not too far back this time round, and Merv Martin gets nicely ahead. Well, that has put Merv Martin 7 seconds behind Het Bumpier. In the meantime, JT Gelato ahead of Half-Shot Ferry is in third place. And JT Gelato ahead of Cam, dude, so I missed that. Got a bit of a thing to attend to, and now it's Pyro right on the tail of the Exasinio. He's right behind Mr. PT 2004. And it's shaping up to be quite a close race It's Pyro, obviously, spinning out earlier in the race, having to play a bit of catch-up. JT Gelato in second. Insane. He's like up 10 places. He's up 8 places. The Exosinio's up 12. The two McLarens have had a spectacular race. And honestly, there's a chance that, well, it's a bit hard for the Exosinio to get a podium, but definitely high chance of JT Gelato winning the race. Murph Martin, F1 Parallax at it again. He's Murph Martin got past F1 Parallax. F1 Parallax then got past him back again. Then Murph Martin got past him again. Then F1 Parallax got past him again. And now Murph Martin getting past F1 Parallax yet again. These two battle of lifetime for 9th place. The Exosinio passed Mr. BT 2004 for 50. Ooh. I think Mr. BT kind of crossed the corner there. Cut the corner to get ahead of the Exosinio again. Not really sure, but pretty sure that's what I saw. And now the Exosinio, it's Pyro, Head Bumpier, all close, all tight up together. It's Pyro now taking around the outside of the Exosinio, coming into Parabolica, and the Exosinio not being able to put up a fight. And before the corner even comes, it's Pyro is ahead of the Exosinio, and Mr. BT 2004 is going to be his next target. And they're side by side again, the Exosinio and it's Pyro. They're going to make it 3 wide. No, they can't. The Exosinio having the room for it, and now Mr. BT with a block, and the Exosinio having to stay behind Mr. BT 2004, but it's Pyro getting ahead of both of them. We saw this happen last time round with I think it was Head Bumpier making the double overtake, and now the Exosinio, Mr. BT 2004 yet again side by side, and the Exosinio ahead of Mr. BT 2004. Obviously Mr. BT 2004 on all their hards, not working well for him. Head Bumpier in 8th after being disconnected, lost a lot of places. Still has a good chance of a recovery though. I can't believe I missed that. While I was talking about these lot, JT Gelato got past Dan for the lead. Sorry I missed that. I don't even know when that happened, but JT Gelato in first, looking to take the race win on the fresh soft. Dan just barely still in DRS range, kind of out of DRS range. JT Gelato looking like he's going to be winning this race unless Dan can pull the hat out of the bag. 5-6 laps left to go. Battle for 5th still rages on though. Head Bumpier trying to go down the inside of Mr. BT 2004, gets ahead of Mr. BT 2004, and then Tan as well behind them. Tan gets ahead of Serbwolf. 2 simultaneous overtakes happening in different parts of the track. One Racing Point getting ahead, the other Racing Point falling behind. The Exosinio, I'm sure, will be ecstatic to get that 5th place. It'd be up, what, 13 places? Yeah, it'd be up 13 to get into the top 5. JT Gelato up 9 for the race win. Completely insane stuff from those two. Insane comebacks. Mr. BT 2004, Hordes working against him in 8th, losing more and more time, out of the DRS range as well, so he's back basically out of the battle for 5th. Head Bumpier Oh, Murph Martin and F1 Parallax still at it once again. Murph Martin with the same move once again, and once again goes ahead of F1 Parallax. Oh, yellow flag. Sector 3 Norwich fan has retired coming out of the Ascari chicane. Out of the Ascari chicane, we got a virtual safety car yet again. And the Ascari chicane having claimed a lot of people here today. But Murph Martin managing to go ahead of F1 Parallax. The Exasinio, that DRS working nicely for him. However, not nice enough to get ahead of its Pyro. Same goes for Ed Bumpier. Both of them a bit too far behind to make any overtakes on each other. So both right, also close to Tan. F1 Parallax, Murph Martin at it yet again. And Murph Martin, ooh, trying to fend off F1 Parallax. Can't do it though. F1 Parallax ahead of Murph Martin. Murph Martin though now. Misclick from my part. They're fighting it off. And Murph Martin now. Nope, not ahead of F1 Parallax. These two putting on an absolute class. Absolute brilliant performance. I really wonder who's going to come out on top between these two, because they've been battling it out. Nice moves, nice overtakes. Head bump here right on the tail of the Exasinio. Can he get past? DRS working nicely for him. The Exasinio though also with DRS. They're side by side. Head bump here. Gonna have the outside line, then gonna have the inside line through the chicane. And the Exasinio, ooh, forced, not forced wide. Now, but he's now gonna have the inside line. That's gonna force Head bump here around the outside, and that's gonna be the slower line. By Bumpier starting behind the Exasinio for a bit of slipstream. Gonna consider a move now down into this chicane. Gonna have the outside line yet again. The Exasinio trying to force him as wide as he can, and Head Bumpier having to go over the curbs, and that allows the Exasinio to stay ahead of Head Bumpier. Tanto of 12 now, side by side with Serbwolf. Oh, it's too wide times two. And that was F1 Parallax and Murph Martin and Serbwolf and Tan. These are the four drivers all right behind each other, both of them too wide, both of them fighting each other off. F1 Parallax, Murph Martin still side by side. Beautiful racing from these two lads. They put on a spectacular show. Murph Martin on mediums, F1 Parallax on hards. Murph Martin now ahead of F1 Parallax, and now Serbwolf and Tan getting themselves into the mix. Serbwolf gonna go round the outside of F1 Parallax. Unable to do it into the Ascari chicane. Now Tanto of 12 trying to oh, that would have been a beautiful move if Tanto of 12 could have managed to pull that off and get past over. Basically impossible move though. But now he's going to have more grip, and he's going to have the straight line speed to try get past Serbwolf into the Parabolica. Bit of a dive, a bit of contact, and Serbwolf spun Tanto of 12 around. He's already had to change his front wing once. He's into the wall yet again. He's going to have to change his front wing again. And that is a shame, because that was some brilliant stuff from those four drivers. And now Tanto of 12 into the wall. Serbwolf though still slightly over a second behind F1 Parallax and Murph Martin. Murph Martin ahead of F1 Parallax for now. Penultimate lap as well. Need I mention Tanto of 12 retiring from the race? I can't say I blame him. And F1 Parallax will be doing his best trying to get past Murph Martin. 1.5 laps left to go, not a lot of time left to do it. Serbwolf as well, be trying to do his best. Head Bumpier now, trying to get past the Exasinio. The Exasinio a bit of a block, and maybe a bit of an illegal block there from the Exasinio, swapping lines twice. Oh, I see a car into the wall, and it's Pyro. It's Pyro's into the wall, and he's crashed. And no safety car, even though he's right in the middle of the road. I mean, it's the last lap of the race, I guess. JT Gelato trying to go on to win the race. Had bumpy ahead of the Exosinio, both of them picking up a free spot from its Pyro crashing out. And the Exosinio now will be trying to get ahead of Head Bumpier. They don't have a lot of time to do it, just one lap left to go. And the Exosinio now going to try to take it down around the outside of Head Bumpier. He's going to manage, he's ahead of Head Bumpier. And ooh, over the curbs he goes, and not allowing Head Bumpier though enough room to get past. And take a look at that. Exosinio up 13, JT Gelato up 9 for the race win as he's coming through Sector 2 right now. Serbuff right on the tail of Marv Martin. The Exosinio, Head Bumpier as well. Head Bumpier ahead of the Exosinio. Pretty sure it was. Don't know why the game showed up the graphic that someone made an overtake. Serbuff still right behind Marv Martin, F1 Parallax. Almost an overtake from those two guys though. And JT Gelato coming down the final straight. Thunderbirds with pole and P1 today. Congrats to him in Tier 2 again. No stream unfortunately, but congrats to Thunderbirds. That might pole and P1. That might be the championship for him down in Tier 2. But here in Tier 1, JT Gelato going to pick up yet another race win. He's going to win the Italian GP, and a strong race from JT Gelato, starting from P11 to P1. Insane stuff, because the time penalties almost lost the race win. With Dan in second, Cam Dude in third. Time penalties though falls down to fourth. Half Shot Ferry in third, Cam Dude fourth. Head Bumpier in fifth. Exosinio in sixth. Falls down to seventh because of time penalties. So Mr. BT 2004 claims sixth. F1 Parallax, Murph Martin, Serbuff all still battling it out. And Murph Martin going really wide, and that's going to allow Serbuff to gain an extra cheeky place right at the end. Oh, it's whoa! Someone was spun out there, and I think they managed to keep it intact, and as the race comes to an exciting end here in Monza. Yeah, Sky's painful, ruined its Pyro. I feel bad for him. I think it caught him out twice or something. The Exosinio up, what, 13 places into 5th or 6th. Brilliant stuff. And GG to all the lads. That's the penultimate race of the season here in Italy. Or the final race of the season, next race. Don't know what happened there. We didn't even get to see drivers go out on the podium. Nonetheless, congratulations to all the drivers. Congratulations JT Gelato for winning the race, and the rest of the grid getting the podium, and you know, finishing the race. And the Sky Chicane claiming a lot of drivers here today. I don't know how the session ended so, you know, preemptively. Well, I think preemptively is the wrong word, but anyway, I thank you all for watching. And yeah, until next week, final race of the season, final race of TRL and F1 2020 before we move on to F1 2021. Whenever that comes out, might still do a couple of events or something, but just stay tuned. But till then, Godspeed.